here today with Dr. Nankya Esther. Doctor, you're welcome.
Thank you, Madrine.
Yes.
Thank you for having me today.
We are also happy
I'm glad to be here.
We are so happy that, away from your busy schedule, you're here for us.
I'm also happy that you actually have this show to inspire young ladies out there.
Right.
You're doing a good job.
Yes, thank you. So Dr. Nankya, she's a doctor, but she's also vice chairperson of National Youth Council. She's the former deputy speaker, Makerere University, and she's a member at the University Council. She is passionate about women empowerment and a youth advocate an advocate for youth in agriculture and climate. Yes, that is a lot of work. So, Doctor, you're welcome again, and the floor is yours. Who is Dr. Nankya? Say hello to our viewers. Yes.
Thank you, Madrine. Good afternoon to you all, ladies and gentlemen, young people in particular, because for me, I am a representative of the young people between the age of 18 and 30.
Yeah.
Esther Nankya is my name. I am a veterinary doctor by profession. I work under the veterinary profession. I work more with poultry and piggery. So anything related to poultry, piggery, feeds. If you want to start up anything in that line, feel free to contact me. Give me some money because I don't want to die poor.
All right.
But also, I am a business person. I deal in kids stuff. I sell kids, baby to kids. I sell those things downtown. So I'm a muiribi in that line.
I know.
Yeah. But then I'm also a leader by passion, and I feel like because I want to see to it that there is positive change in our country, and you cannot leave leadership to other people. Whatever we do in this country is influenced by the people we have in our leadership positions. So I feel like we should take up that space as young people who feel like we have to have impact. So I have been a leader of the young people ever since. When I joined Makerere University in 2016, I became, in 2016, I was a GRC, that is Guild Leader Representative, at my School of Vet Medicine, that is the 83rd Guild. I became the Minister for Estates and Environment of the 83rd. And in the 84th Guild, I was a GRC of Mary Stewart Hall. That is Mary Stewart near Lumumba there, that is the Lombok Solidarity. And I became the 84th Deputy Speaker of the Guild. Yes. Then I was a council member, and that is the lead body of the university, the decision-making body. Young people, students were represented greatly. I'm sure the University Council then can testify to that you had to put there Mbera such that the leaders' issues, the students' issues are taken on keenly.
Yeah.
Then from there, I got interested in the National Youth Council. Our structures from the village to the parish to the sub-county to the district. I hail from Mukono district, and I had to go through all those levels to the national level.
Okay.
I got lucky and got voted in as the vice chairperson of the National Youth Council to serve now the young people whom I've been serving from 2020. Our term of office is ending in August 2025. That is when we shall be voting in new youth leaders.
Yeah.
No, we don't have. I feel like
it has really time up to next year.
Up to next year in August. So I feel like our time is fast spent. But yes, we shall have to.
There's still a lot you want to do for the young people.
And yes, there is a lot we've achieved as the National Youth Council, and I'm proud of being part of this cohort of youth leaders. But yes, you have to move on, and then other people get nurtured. Because surely National Youth Council is a true nursery bed that you get. When you get through the structures, you become stronger, leadership wise, you get skilled to get into the country and advocate for development of our country. We have to love our country. So that is who Nankya is. But also, I am a mother. I'm a proud mother.
Wow.
Yes, I am a proud mother of
and
2
Sunday
babies.
is Mother's Day.
Yeah, it's Mother's Day, but then I have to first of all think about my
Your
mother
mother
because I
first.
think about myself. Because surely motherhood is not for the weak, but
Yeah.
it is doable.
True,
Really,
true,
it is
true.
doable.
Yeah.
So that is who Nacha is.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is who Nankya is. But we
I
want to know
am.
more about the Nankya before, you know, before becoming all this, going for the leadership positions, before becoming a doctor. Yes. Did you see yourself becoming a doctor? Were you a leader at any point when you're growing up?
Okay. Nacha is the seventh born. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am a seventh born. I'm actually the last born.
Okay.
Yeah. Among seven. And being a baby at home, but maybe I never became a baby.
You never became a baby.
I was always that person who is advocating and really I did not take myself as a baby. But at home I usually thought okay, the way our mother brought us up, I think she usually told us you should be the leaders of the country. You should make sure that you get involved in leadership and try maybe to create change.
Yeah.
So she was that kind of a person who likes leadership a lot. Even her at that level, she could take care of us. My dad died when I was 4 years, so for me I did not know a father in my life. But she took up those positions. She became our head of the family. She became our doctor. She became our teacher. So she was everything that we had, together with our first brother, with my first brother, our firstborn. So we grew up when we know how to work hard, how to hustle, because of course you had to take care of yourself, plus your mom, and she would come around and tell you, this is what you're supposed to do. But leadership-wise, she always wanted us to be leaders. She would proclaim it, she would raise her hand upon us and pray for us to actually be the president of the country.
Wow. You never
She would
know.
say, I want you to be the president of this country and create change and do good for the people. So I think it is because she usually prayed for us to lead. She would encourage you. In my primary school, I was class monitress. I was a head prefect in my P6, I should say, at my primary school, Our Lady Junior School in Mukono. In my secondary school, I always went for leadership.
Wow.
If in my senior one, I was the class monitress. You know those book kids that want to be serious reading. You're the one that called the teacher to come to class, annoying those noisy makers, but
So
they
they
had
gave you the
nothing to
responsibility.
do. Yes.
Okay.
I became academic prefect.
Yeah.
Then when I joined Lubiri Secondary School for my A-level, I became a prefect also. I had run for head girl, but because I was not a former student, and numbers voted for me, but because I was not a former student, they gave me a position of a uniform prefect. So yeah, I showed leadership.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right
from school.
age,
I would rather be a counselor in school. I would rather be a class rep. But at least I would have a position of leadership.
Wow.
Yes. But then I think that was really a good start. It nurtures you, and then it shows you how to lead people, how to work with all groups of people. So these other positions follow up in place, but then there is something you learn from the start.
I think it's the spirit that we need for our young people.
Maybe another thing I would like to share with you, in school, I used to be those what I should say.
Okay.
Like those kids who want to make sure that the teacher is in class.
You're almost dictating what you're going to learn that day.
Like you follow up, teacher, you should come to class. You make sure you write the noisemakers. Apologies to my to my primary and secondary school kids that really faced. But I don't know, I think I was such a serious kind, akajanja kanji, I should say. But I think I'm proud of the steps I really took. Because they have nurtured me into a different kind of leader, a person who can tolerate anything, noise making, who can tolerate any negative energy. Because I at least know that, even if the negative energy is there, you have to move forward.
You have to move forward.
Yeah.
Wow. So Dr. Nankya, tell us about your profession, your career. How are you able to juggle through?
As a vet, I am passionate. First of all, before I actually did vet medicine, my mom wanted me to be a doctor. But I have my uncle who was a vet. Actually, he's still a vet, the veterinary doctor of Mubende district where I grew up from. I really enjoyed him. During Christmas season, he would come back with all sorts of meat for us. And he would have that motorcycle that vets have.
Yeah,
Have you seen vets?
yes.
Especially in villages.
Yeah,
They have that
motorcycle,
UG.
yeah.
I would really, really enjoy him coming home. The environment was really silent. So you could hear him coming a very big distance from home. You would know that doctor is coming. And people around the home would call him doctor. Sema Timba Mukasa James, I greet you, my dad. So I really liked him, and I wanted to be a vet doctor inside because I looked at him and I was admiring him. But my mom wanted me to be a doctor, and I also I think wanted, because she would pray for you. I wanted to be a doctor, and you treat people, you will treat me, you treat my, you will save our lives. So I actually also wanted that. But being having grown up from a humble background where your mom cannot sustain you at university level, in A level I really performed well. I got 19 out of 20. So I got government sponsorship on vet medicine. That's how I ended up at COVAB, at College of Vet Medicine in Makerere University. But it was a very good experience. That college gave me peace of mind. I actually got interested when I got there. Before I got there, my mom was like, "But I wanted you to be my doctor. I wanted you to treat me. What?" But then she was like, "Okay, God makes no mistake."
Yes.
That is a slogan she usually uses when we are with her. Katonda takola nsobi. You have prayed about it. You have even fasted for it. But now this is what he has given you. Be sure that he has seen that in that area you'll thrive and you'll make it through. So when I got there, I was like, God makes no mistake. Now let me use this environment to make myself better, to achieve better. And having seen my dad, Dr. Sematimba, thrive through the profession and making it through, I was actually convinced that now I'm taking on the legacy of veterinary doctors in the family. So I was really happy to get there. A 5-year course is not that easy.
5 years.
Oh. I joined.
Yet we go for 3 years
2016, and I had a 5-year course, but it takes patience. 1, you have to be patient. 2, you have to know what you want. I thank God that when I joined with a cohort of young people who were also passionate, and we formed a group. Actually, my class became family. We would do everything together. Vet is one of those hardest courses, I should tell you. But I thank God that with my classmates who became family, we managed to support each other through. And remember, for me, I had a passion of leadership. I would contest, and I really give it my best. When I stand for something, I really try to give it my best. But my classmates stood with me. They would support me. They would come around, even when I was at a hall level, at Mary Stewart Hall. They would come, gang, vets, they are there campaigning for me and making noise for me. So I thank you, my classmates. That is BVM 2015-2020. Thank you for supporting me, and you'll always be my family, my people, and I still love you to date. So those guys supported me so much. I tell you, I had a 5-year course with hard course units, but I didn't get a retake. I juggled leadership and the course. Even my lecturers, some of them called me and told me, but now you need to concentrate. I know you like leadership, but you should leave this college as soon as possible. I told them I can manage.
You can manage both.
But with my discussion group and my class, I really did manage. So I thank them, and I thank God above all. God made no mistake. I went to COVAB. I graduated in 2021. Due to COVID, we were pushed now to 2021. I graduated with a bachelor's degree of vet medicine. Unfortunately, we were not able to go to the Freedom Square the way I had prepared. Yes, because of COVID.
I know.
I had prepared to go to the Freedom Square, that graduation, in full swing. But God's plan,
But at
we
least you
graduated
put on your
TV.
gown and took.
From home. It was kind of boring, but
I know.
it's okay. Maybe when I finish my master's,
Yeah, you upgrade and
I will be to that Freedom Square.
Yeah.
Yeah, but profession-wise, I got in touch with, after school, it was not that easy to get a job, but then I had done internship from a company called Hendrix. It's at Shira, where they do feeds in poultry and piggery. Yeah, so Dr. Sewa Good, greetings to you, Dr. Samuel Sewa Good. He trained us through poultry and piggery feeds, how to handle your clients. So now I'm in private practice, but that is what I major in. I can handle this, I can advise on these other, on companion animals, that is dogs and cats. I can large animal, that is cattle, goats, I can also handle that. But now this is where I am really trying to focus, because being that I'm around Kampala metropolitan, you rarely find people with cattle here. They're there, but few. But very many are doing a lot of poultry, a lot of piggery, because you can do it on a small scale, and then you achieve what you want in a short time. So that is what I'm actually dealing in. That is profession-wise as a vet doctor. But also I'm advocating youth to join agriculture. Agriculture being the backbone of our economy as Uganda. For me, I'm thinking that if we try our level best to encourage young people to join agriculture, try to be anywhere in the value chain, we can achieve as a country, because even up to date, it is still the backbone of our economy. So we cannot manage to leave it behind as young people. These elders are leaving us anytime, and you have to come in and manage the development of our country, economically, socially, and politically. So as young people, let us look for a free area, a free zone where we can bring in our energies. And agriculture is one of those. If we really became serious about it, we try to engage ourselves along the value chain. You can be in production, you can be in adding value, you can be in sales. There we can advocate, and we are secured that our future will be better. So I'm also an advocate as an agriculturalist, as a vet, because even animals that I take care of and agriculture, I am advocating for that, because we cannot afford to leave the backbone economy behind. We need to move on.
Look at importing food.
Yes, surely that really does hurt me. That is why I really try to bring on board partners. Okay, engage in discussions that make sure that we try to encourage young people not to leave. Agriculture seems to be bad because of going to the garden, but if you can't go to the garden, let us try to find a solution.
Don't want this,
let us try mechanization. Let us try to bring in people that can add value. Maybe we try engaging Israel, maybe Egypt, those countries that have really tried to first their agriculture, like to make their agriculture better. So for me, that is why I'm passionate about advocating for it. I myself, I am a farmer, a poultry farmer. I do poultry from home, from my mother's home. It's in Mukono also. So it really does help.
So doctor, at what level are you looking at this, advocating for this? What level is like the young people? Which kind of age group are you looking at?
For me, being a youth leader between 18 and 30, that is where the energies are. For me, wherever I get a space, even on my social media handles, I advise, I encourage people to get back to agriculture. Even up to now, we have tried other things. But you simply search. Agriculture is still the backbone of our economy as Uganda. So we should not leave it behind. That is why I agree with the Katikiro of Buganda who keeps on saying Emwanyi telimba. Emwanyi telimba. For me, I have met a young man who was a border rider in Kampala. He stays in Luweero. When Katikiro was over saying Emwanyi telimba, the guy had. He decided to leave border. He went back to Luweero to do coffee. right now, no one has money. No young person, I think. Okay, he's one of those young people with money,
Yes, his money.
out of
Out of-
money. So young people, whatever you can do, let us do these other white collar jobs, but we should not leave agriculture. Those things of selling land to buy a board, yet you can actually use that land profitably. For me, I encourage you, use that land profitably. We shall change. You know, there are challenges. Inputs are expensive, and then there is low market, and then what you put in, most times you do not get that much money. But now the value chain will change. Profits will change once we get involved and get to know the challenges, and then advocate for change of the challenges to the people that are supposed to try to help us change that.
You know why I asked you which age group are you looking at?
18 to
Because
30.
18, I think you're already, you're already grown up. Would these people really pick this idea? Because my thinking is, if we start with these
In
very
school,
young ones,
in primary schools,
below 18 years, I think we might make a bigger impact.
Yeah, that is also right. Because what you learn in primary school most of the time, you take it as gospel truth.
Yeah.
Whatever is advocated for, if you start from that lower level, when kids are not yet old, they are still having fresh brains, they are ready to listen, it does make sense. So maybe I now have to find a way of reaching out
To
in
this,
primary schools.
true.
And you can actually use the Ministry of Education
Right.
if they put it on the curriculum, because when you were in primary school, agriculture was a must subject.
Yeah.
Before P7, it was a must subject. You would learn agriculture. I don't know what's really happening, but there are kids that do not know anything.
And for me, when I was going to school, then would taking a hoe was a must.
Yes.
Boarding section, you have to go with a hoe. So at least every Saturdays you would spare that time, and they take you to the garden. At least each class you would plant maybe maize, and when it's ready, it's your class that will benefit.
Yes.
So I think if you take your advocacy to that level, yes, it would really make a big impact.
Sure.
Because at 18, these people are already exposed
like
to the, and also the exposure to what is going on, the internet and everything.
Anyway.
People are already taken up with what is happening currently. But that is a very good cause. And then you talk of agriculture. Yes, but these days our seasons have also changed. Yes. And then also the thing you talked of land. If someone does not have land, these are young people. Yes. Where are they going to do this from?
You know, Uganda has a lot of land, by the way.
Yeah.
When
And
you
we are
know-
also many.
And there are also many. But do you know that as a live in Kampala, you really see very big chunks of land.
That is true.
Free, nothing on it, not even trees. At least if you cannot have crops on the land, let's have trees.
Yeah.
The climate is changing because we are cutting down trees.
True.
There is a lot of deforestation going on. We are burning a lot of charcoal and not replacing anything. That is why the National Youth Council came up with a 60 million trees. Yeah. Before we finish, before 2025 August, when we are leaving office, we shall have planted 60 million trees all over the country.
Oh, so this is already moving.
Yes,
on.
it is. We launched it in 2021.
Okay.
On Youth Day, that was 12th August. We are planting trees. All those districts, all over those districts, the 146 districts in the country, young people at the district level are planting trees. And we give them the trees free of charge.
Okay.
Yes, so we are grateful to National Forest NFA Authority and NEMA for supporting us with trees that we are planting as Youth Council all over the country. So I really encourage young people, if you do not have where to plant, if you do not have where to put maize, where to put cassava, at least plant a tree near your home. Avocado, you can even have fruit trees. Put avocado, put jackfruit, put what is it called? Jambula bamwita batya mu Luganda, mu Luzungu. No, Luzungu is not that easy. Put any kind of tree.
Any
Put
kind
orange
of
trees.
tree.
Put mango trees. Put any tree, because
So
you're
that
planting it
you're
today, but you're
contributing
going to
to
eat. You're going to eat the
agriculture
fruit.
and then the climate.
The climate and
Yes.
agriculture.
Yeah, yeah.
So the seasons are simply changing because we have also not been
Not friendly
friendly
to
to
it.
the environment.
Yeah,
You've cut down trees,
yeah.
and we're not planting anything. So young people out there, we have trees at National Youth Council. Feel free to come to Ntinda and pick a tree. You can also go to your offices, go to community development offices, there, try to engage those people there in your districts. Ask for trees. Plant a tree or two. If you plant a tree, we are really happy that we are trying to work on the environment in that angle.
Yeah.
Because whatever is causing seasonal changes is because we're not
Yeah,
being
yeah.
friendly to the environment.
Wow, beautiful work there. And you're dealing more with the young people. Yes. Let me ask this. You've been through leadership. You've taken up leadership positions right from your childhood. What is your experience or any challenges?
Yeah, challenges are always there.
And
But
how are you
now,
able to overcome this as a leader?
challenges.
Because we have people who are, looking up to you.
Yes.
And would want to be maybe leaders or anything. Yes.
Now, first of all, as a leader, you should know that you've come to change something, have an impact as a
Yeah.
leader. There is nothing you're going to achieve if you do not make up your mind to make it through. In case you want to come for a leadership position, first of all, know what is the challenge in the society. I want, for example, in the National Youth Council, we have very many problems as young people.
Yeah.
The country, some of which the country cannot even handle. But it's not in Uganda alone. Even other countries have challenges. But now, as a young person who wants to come and lead, you first of all have to know what challenges are there that my people in my area are facing.
Yeah.
At least you know 5 of them. Now, out of the 5, select the 2 or 3 that you think you as a person
You can handle.
can maybe try to push for or can try to change. Because you can't do anything as a person.
Yeah.
But you try your level best. Pick only those 2. Now take up that position. And when you get into that position, don't forget that you can actually have impact as a person. So look through, see where should I go for help, how do I now look for a solution of how you can handle those issues. There it will help you to be focused as a leader.
Yeah.
Because challenges will always come
Be
in.
there, yeah.
People will always want to bring you down. But know why you started. Now those are the reasons why you started. Know why you want to stand for a position. And after getting the position, now try to look for how are you going to solve the 3 out or 2 out of the 5. That will still be progress.
Yeah.
Because you can't handle everything as a person. But once you focus on either 2 or 3, and then you look for where do I go to solve this? How do I help? Does it need advocacy? Where are youth voices heard? Shows like this help us to maybe amplify our voices. But also, as National Youth Council now, in that line of National Youth Council, at Ministry of Gender, how do we ensure that the voices of the young people are included, youth inclusion? In policy making, where are young people included? Fight for that inclusion as a leader.
Yeah.
And you make sure that if at least not you at the executive level are considered, how about district level? How are those people engaged? So those are the things we try to push for. But then, negative energy will always be there.
Yeah.
You have to know what you want. You have to be strong as a leader. Because even when you're trying to achieve, there will
Someone
be
will try
people
to
will
pull
try
you
to
down.
bring you down.
Yeah.
People will try to show you that you cannot. You cannot do this, you cannot do that. But you believe in yourself that I will make it. And number 2, try not to bring trouble or fights among people. Try to work with people make sure you work with people very well as a young
that is very
person.
important. Yeah.
If you go to a school, you have come to offer support as a leader to the administration, but don't cause trouble between students and the leader. Make and the springboard that is leading maybe the school. Engage students, find out what is the problem. Engage the leader, the administration, inform them this is what students are saying. How are we going to help them? Engage such that you see that at the end of the day, the administration is happy and also students are happy. In case students are saying this and that and it's not wrong, you talk to them, tell them the truth. Do not be a kind of a leader who is not going to be a decision maker. As a leader, you should be a decision maker. Don't be there in the middle. You're here, you're there. No,
you
actually,
also don't know what you're doing.
That is the problem that we have with young people. You are a leader. You want to show administration that you're supporting them. You also want to show students that you're for them. Make a decision. If there is a problem, you engage administration. Find out what they are saying. Engage the students, find out what they are saying. Find a middle ground where the administration is benefiting and also students are benefiting. If there is anything going on and you do not agree with any of them, tell them openly. Let it be on record that as Nankya Esther, this is what I'm saying. Even when we were in council meetings of Makerere University, they would say things against students. And you know, anything to pass, they have to vote. And you only 2 student representatives. But me, I would always be open and tell them that Madam Chair, because Madam Rona Magara, the vice chairperson, the chairperson of the University Council then, was still the chairperson. I would tell her, Mama, let it be on record that Nankya Esther, who is representing students, is disagreeing. Even if majority will vote and what you want will go through, but let it be on record. So as young people, we shall always have challenges, but we have to be decision makers. A leader, you have to know that now this is what we should do. Make up your mind very fast and never be double standard. If you're for something, let it be on record that Nankya was here.
Yes.
For me, I do not mind. I do not mind if what I'm supporting people don't support
alone,
it.
If you're alone,
even if I'm alone, it is okay. As long as I have made up a decision and it is clear out there that Nankya is for this. Otherwise, being double standard as leaders, you're here, you're there. People are watching. In my secondary, I was in senior 5, the headmaster of Lubiri Secondary School, Haji Mugaga. There is an assembly, he told us, young people, the world is watching. The world is watching. Whatever I do, there is something at the back of my mind that is telling me the world is watching. As you're not making up your mind, people are watching you. For you're not seeing them, but they are watching what you're doing as a leader. All the mistakes you're doing, they are watching you. So whatever you do as a young person, be sure the world is watching you and you will pay for what you have done. So let us avoid those things of being double standard. Pick a side. It is either a yes or a no. It is never yes, no. You pick either yes or no. So once you are that kind of a leader who knows what they want and who makes up their mind after engaging, and you get a middle ground and you be like, this is what we are going to do, stand on it. Either they support you or they don't support you, but be sure that those elders will see that this kind of person here, once she says that this is what we should do, it is what she does, and it is what she follows to the end.
So Doctor, you mentioned you also a business person. Muyirivi. Yes. So how are you able to do all these? I mean, doctor, then Muyirivi to business, motherhood, and then leadership. How are you able to do all these roles, and what keeps you moving?
For me, one thing I want to appreciate God for making a woman.
Okay.
Women are so multitasking. We can multitask. I also sometimes don't know how I
How you're
actually
able
do
to
it.
do some things.
But maybe what really drives me is my passion. This side hustle that I do is kids stuff. I sell kids things, clothes,
Yeah.
those things I used to play, toys, among others. But it's because I'm passionate about kids. I looked for my passion. I really love those babies so much.
Okay.
I really like kids. So that is how I started up something small. It's we are still growing,
Yeah, yeah.
something small, and that is why I think I can even when I have trouble or I get problems, I keep going, because I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
I'm passionate about kids. That is why I'm into a kids store, and I really pray to God that one day I have a kids store in the country that anyone can recommend anyone to.
Amen.
And I'll be happy to manage it in Jesus' name. But I really follow my passion first of all. Leadership, I'm passionate.
Yeah, you're
I really want
passionate
to
about
see
it.
change as a
Yeah.
young leader. We know our country is not that easy, but there is nowhere that it is easy. I have been to some of the African countries under National Youth Council, but I have also engaged and seen that the challenges we are having our young people are almost the same. But then for them, they're thinking out of the box. So also leadership, I'm passionate about it. And also now my profession of being a vet doctor,
Yeah.
I'm actually planning to I enrolled for a master's in preventive medicine.
Okay.
It is because I am also passionate about what
it.
I'm doing. You know, vet medicine is diverse. We have wild animals, so you can be a wildlife doctor. We have poultry, we have companion animals, we have large animals. But why in particular these ones is because I can manage it and I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
So for me,
So
what
it
I'm
all
telling
goes
young
back
people,
to passion.
passion
Look for something that
you
love.
want to do. If you want to be, if you really love fashion, you can go for, what is it called? Selling clothes.
Yeah.
If you're really passionate about hairdressing, you cannot leave your home when you've not checked your hair, go for it. I have a friend of mine, she's my roommate, she's called Sandra Namuli. Greeting, Sandra. When we were in year one, she was passionate about makeup. But then she was doing electrical engineering. I said that. But every morning, even when she had a very tough paper, she would first do
her makeup.
Akasige. So right now she has a side hustle.
Okay.
Right now her side hustle is makeup artist. She goes for events. So weekends she's booked. Wow. During the week she's climbing electricity poles. So
yeah,
your passion. Please
is
follow
really
your
important.
passion.
Yeah.
Young people, do not minimize any employment opportunity. Follow your passion. If you want to be an artist, go for it.
Go for it.
Make sure you go for it and give it your best. If you want to take care of babies, you have a passion for babies, you can even start up something for kids.
Yeah.
Kids, what are they called? Care centers.
Care centers.
Start small. If you want fashion, go for it. I have a friend called Julian Owasimire. She's passionate about fashion and she has started up a fashion house. I'm proud of you, Julian Owasimire Katumba. She has Alianka Fashions.
Okay.
She started last year, but now she's growing. So young people, go for your passion.
So
even
we
if
cannot
it is
say, we
what?
cannot keep complaining that we don't have jobs.
Start small. You have this white collar job.
At least everyone has a passion about something, is passionate about something.
Because if you start something that you're passionate about it, even if you have hardships, you'll find a way out. And you'll get through.
Wow.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank
and
you.
as we get to the end of the conversation,
almost getting done.
I know this is what it means, telling us about yourself. You feel like you've not told us.
I've not said it all yet, and then it's the end of the show.
Yeah, but you're going to talk to our young people. Yes, you're dealing more with young people. Share with your experience. Lessons. Which lessons can you share with young people?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me first share with you also, Madrine. I'm also passionate about women empowerment.
Oh, right. Let us first talk about that. Women.
Especially
and the young girls.
Yes.
Young girls. Are you doing in particular anything for the young girls?
Yes. we are doing a lot of mentorship for young leaders. I believe that the future is upon us.
Yeah.
We cannot leave it, we cannot manage to leave it to the elders. They are soon leaving. And when they leave, we shall be in the disorganized country if we don't take up the spaces.
Yeah.
By the way, young people, wake up. If we don't take up the spaces, we are going to live complaining till we die. So it is high time we woke up as young people to take up these spaces.
We want to stay in Kamoli and complain from
Please
there.
get out of Kamoli, get out of complaining. Let us work hard to get to tables where decisions are made. For me, that is my slogan.
And about women empowerment, the young girls. You know, one of the challenges young people, the young girls face, yes. We are not confident. We don't know where to go. We don't know what we want. And a lot of issues that really, affect the young girls.
That is why we came up with the mentorship spaces for young women leaders. We don't want to leave the spaces to men alone. We need to create more speakers who are women, more prime ministers in the country.
Yeah.
But now we want to bring up people who are going to have positive impact. We don't want to just recommend anyone who is not going to have any impact in society. Yeah. Just occupying space for no reason. Let us occupy space where we are going to have impact and positive impact for development of our country at large. It starts with us as young women. Yeah. We are the mothers of the country. We are going to give birth to these kids who are going to occupy the country. But now which kind of country are we bringing them into? Let us bring them in a country that is developing, that is having an environment for us to thrive and earn billions of money and live in and be happier as a whole. So we started up these reflection spaces for young women leaders. There are lots of challenges we face as young women.
Very, very many.
Those people in leadership positions want to take advantage of us as young women leaders. We don't know where to go. We don't know what to do. Yet we have the Honorable Dr. Miriam Atembes that have been through the stages that have taken up the leadership positions, and they know what to expect, and they can guide us on what to do. So we are having reflection spaces. We have mentorship spaces where we have ladies in the country in leadership positions that have made it. Not only politically, but also socially, but also economically. There are those ladies that are millionaires in the country. We want to know their stories. We want to know how did they do it? How differently did they do it? We want to copy from them and be like them or even better.
Better than them,
So that is where the women empowerment and mentorship spaces that is where the idea came from. We want to be young leaders with impact. But also, initially, there is a challenge I want to talk about.
Mentoring?
Yes. Initially, when we were coming into this leadership.
Which other means besides the spaces that you do, the online spaces that you do?
We also do physical spaces.
Okay.
I want to appreciate partners in mentorship, the UN Women, named Netherlands Institute for Democracy.
Okay.
That one has really supported young girls and in mentorship, especially leadership. They try to teach democracy to the young girls. I want to thank Honorable Winnie Kiza. She has really tried to stand in to mentor these young girls. I want to thank Professor Sarah Sally. She has always come through. I want to thank Dr. Rose Namayanja of the NRM party. She has always been through. She has the Rose Namayanja Foundation, where young girls, even if it is one whose life has been impacted, be sure that 5 others will be changed because of that one person. So there is a lot of work going on, and the National Youth Council is engaging. But now for us, the fact that we have our young people in the structures, we try to empower those ones. I believe that once one youth leader has been empowered, be sure that at least 5 of their society will have a changed life. We try also to engage Uganda National Students Association, UNSA. They also have ladies at the guild level, even at the NEC level. even in the districts.
Yeah.
So we engage them and try to talk to them. Those ladies have challenges. As young leaders, we have challenges.
A lot.
Even me, I have challenges as a young leader.
Yeah.
But when you sit down, you hear from them, they ask questions. What do I do when I face this? You try to share information. At the end of the day, they leave when they know what to do.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That is beautiful. So you were sharing one of your lessons to the young people, and then women empowerment came in.
What I've learned through leadership?
Yeah, any leadership, your career, and whatever you're doing.
By the way, I want to share this. When I was joining these leadership positions, young girls, usually they used to say, you know, us in the villages, there Mukono village, they used to say, once you join leadership as a young girl, you cannot get married. They will not vote for you if you're married. They will not vote for you if you give birth. Young girls, this generation, you need to know what you want. Age will not wait for you. You need to know that as a young person, I must multitask. I must get married. I must give birth. I must work hard. I should have a job. Make sure you manage all those things because time will not wait for you.
Yeah.
If you say that I want to stand for female affairs of Mukono district next year, so I should wait for 5 years, no giving birth, these guys are going to make use of you and they will leave you young people. But your age will not wait for you. And you will make 30, you will make 35 and 40. You will wake up when it is too late. So young
you
people,
must do these things.
You do all these things. You have the capacity.
Yeah.
God gave women capacity to do everything in the same time. So get into the spaces, but also do not leave your life behind. Make sure you get committed to someone, you get married, you give birth to your kids, you work, make sure you get employed or you start up something, and also you lead. Because you cannot lead employed people when you don't know what is happening in the employment sector. You cannot lead people who are starting up jobs when you don't know what is happening in that field. You know, so let us do all these things. Let us not say that when I give birth, they will not vote for me. What is meant to be yours? What is meant to be yours will be yours. And be sure that your God will make no mistake for you. So believe in God, pray about anything and everything as a young leader, and make sure you make up your decisions very fast and follow your passion, because it all begins with being passionate about something.
Yeah, wow.
Yes, Madrine.
Yes, doctor, your last remarks.
My last remarks to the young women?
To the young women, to the young person, young women, young men, yes.
Okay, young people.
And everyone, your people, yes, your clients, everyone you work with.
Okay. My last remarks. Thank you so much, Madrine, for hosting me, for having me today. I am really delighted. And to the young people out there, if you want to see anything in our country change, it has to be us to bring that change. Let us stop being people complaining all the time. Let us be the agents of change in our society. For those young ladies and men who want to be in leadership positions, I encourage you to work better. Be a decision maker. Make sure you're not double standard leaders. Be people of your word. The world is watching you. People are noticing you. Once you be double standard young leaders, the world will leave you behind, because now people want, the world needs genuine and honest people. You be genuine and honest as leaders. What is yours will surely come your way, and whatever is not yours, let it at that. The Lord has not decided to give it to you. So as a young leader, make sure you do not give up. Take up those leadership positions. Let us take people who are honest and genuine to the decision-making tables. Everything happening in this country is because a few people sat and agreed and had a resolution which they are implementing. So let us work hard to be the people in those positions that make decisions for the country. We can only make those decisions if we go through these baby steps, these few leadership positions. I believe we shall be there. And when we get there, young people, let us make sure that we make decisions for the country. We advocate and you have policies that are going to lead to the development of our country, not only socially, but politically and economically. Let us be able, as young people, to make impact, because this is the country we are going to leave our children and grandchildren in. But if we stay on social media to make noise, we stay on TikTok to make challenges that are not worth it, we are going to lose it, to lose it all. So I encourage you, young people, let us leave our comfort zones. Let us take up leadership positions. Let us be genuine and honest leaders who are decision makers, who are ready to have impact. As we are moving to those tables where decisions are made, where the cake of the country is being cut and divided, we are going to take up those positions, mind you. Young women leaders, we don't want to leave you behind. Take up positions or leadership positions and be ready to make change. Wow. As a whole. Wow. I believe we shall make it there, but once we make it there, let us not become corrupt, let us not become selfish, but let us ensure that we at least have positive impact for our country. I thank you all. Thank you for listening in. For God and my country, Nankya Esther is my name. Wow. Thank you. God makes no mistake and the world is watching.
Wow, what a great leader we have in Nankya. Yes, and your last remarks have really talked to us. I think they're preparing us. Anyone who wants to be a leader, 2026 is coming. Yes. Yes. So please pick a few from her last remarks. Very, very important key points to take. Yes, if you want to be a leader, and most especially a woman, as a woman. Yes, we want to see more women taking up these spaces. Sure. And today's conversation has really defined Women Rise, which is our show. Yes, so we want young people, young women rising up, and then also, if you rise up, pull another young person. Surely. Yes, do not rise alone. Finally, there is a lot of space. Young women, you know, usually we have fights, this one, what? Young women, make sure there is a lot of space. Do not feel bad when your friend is rising. We can actually come and all of us rise together. So when you're in a position where you can help someone, feel free to guide them, feel free to stand with them, feel them to share with them a contact that you think is helpful. Be sure they cannot take up what is supposed to be yours. Everyone has a destiny. What is mine cannot go to anyone else. Be sure what is yours will come for you. Feel free to share any information that is helpful to these fellow young ladies. Make sure you help them to thrive, because as young girls we have challenges, we have ups and downs, but if you have made it through, feel free to share with another person. There is a lot of space in this country for all of us to occupy, but then you cannot make it alone. You need people to be with you, to comfort you, to support you where you are. So if you have risen up to a certain level, do not leave these other ones behind. Encourage them, advise them, support them, stand with them. Together, if we rise together, then we shall make sure that we even have more impact and we enforce more as young women leaders. Wow. That is it. I'm not adding anything to that. You've heard it from Dr. Nankya. Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you for having me, Madrine. Yes. And we believe more women are going to rise up. Yes, surely. With the mentorship and the reflection spaces we are having, we shall have better women leaders. Wow. It has been a very beautiful conversation. Thank you so much to our viewers. Thank you for tuning into this show, Women Rise, Women at the Front Lines, every Saturday at 3 p.m. Thank you to the people on the cameras, and catch you next time. Bye.